वेलकम टू ग्लोब टीवी झारखंड। आज हमारे साथ स्टूडियो में मौजूद है एक बहुत ही स्पेशल गेस्ट जिनका नाम है मिस्टर जागिर सिंह जब्बल। सबसे पहले मैं बता दूं कि ये है कौन। सर आज हमारे साथ मौजूद है स्टूडियो में और सर चेयरपर्सन है कंटेम्प्रेरी ग्रुप के और साथ ही डायरेक्टर है CTA एविएशन एंड हॉस्पिटैलिटी मैनेजमेंट के। सर आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है ग्लोब टीवी झारखंड के स्टूडियो में एंड वी आर मोर देन ऑनर्ड कि आप आज अपना वैल्यूएबल टाइम निकाल के हमारे स्टूडियो में आए हैं। सबसे पहले सर मैं चाहूँगी कि आप हमारे दर्शकों को थोड़ा सा इंट्रोडक्शन दें अपने बारे में।
Yes, certainly, Mishti. It's so nice speaking to you.
Same here, sir.
So, good evening, viewers. Well, to give you an introduction, Contemporary Group dates back to 1990, and it has introduced technologies, products, and now something we are very proud about, and that is skills training that gets people jobs. We've been doing it so for the last 32 years, and I'm heading the group which has enabled Eastern India to be introduced to leading edge technologies, to be introduced to world renowned products, and we believe our training in aviation and hospitality is a training that is delivered with a difference.
Okay, sir. Sir, I would like to ask you that you are yourself a chairperson of a contemporary group and I've heard that you are a chartered accountant as well. Sir, आपने CTA के बारे में कैसे सोचा?
Yeah, now that you already made known so much about me, let me tell you that chartered accountancy was the beginning of my journey to try to have knowledge to be able to apply my skills. The Chartered Accountancy course is a very enabling program. It is different from most education because at the end of that program, you are imbibed with skills which are very useful, which you all very well know. And that would not have been possible if there wasn't a very useful component called articleship in the CA program. Articleship is job training which is delivered through your apprenticeship with chartered accountants. Having been qualified, I of course had my own experiences in life. I was always keen to do more than just the usual job that chartered accountancy provides. We had the opportunity and together with my wife, who is a marketing professional, we first set up a trading company because we had the opportunity in the 90s to bring fantastic products to Eastern India, which has actually changed the way the construction industry has shaped up. And going down from there, we had to bring in technologies to make many of those products possible for people to use. Somewhere around that time, both of us got into touch with a very renowned person and ourselves took a very top class program. We attended a leadership program and the cream of training was personally experienced by both of us. Post that, maybe since we had achieved enough in trading as well as in introducing technologies, we were very keenly interested in providing a means for the young people in Eastern India, boys and girls, to be able to offer, let us say, their best talent. And as you know very well, opportunities are not there for most people. If you are heading to be a doctor, an engineer, a chartered accountant or a lawyer, okay, you've got a very clear career and you can progress with that. But for the majority who do not do these programs, we wanted to fill the gap and madam, that's what brings CTA to the picture.
Wow, so nice to hear that, sir.
CTA Aviation and Hospitality Management, Air Hostess, Cabin Crew, Ground Staff Training Institute, now in Jamshedpur. Training and job placement guaranteed.
So my second question is it is known that you are yourself evolved into training the newer generation of now. So what makes you love doing that?
You recently witnessed the Olympics in Japan.
Right.
And I think it was a matter of great pride for every Indian to see so many medals come our way.
Very true, sir.
Well, let's say our generation, people have worked to achieve that. It may look like a small number if you compare with the developed world.
Right.
But for India, it was a moment of pride. And I think training is very important. India needs to catch up over there. I want to do my bit.
Very true. So my next question, young generation pass out of the school and they aim for a future. So what do you think? What do they aim for?
Yeah, this is a very nice question.
Yes.
Actually, tell you very frankly, I don't think these children aim for anything.
Okay.
There is a huge amount of confusion in the minds of most children who pass out in class 12. You know, they don't have aims. What they have are aspirations.
Okay.
And these aspirations are by hearsay. Uncles, aunts, brothers, sisters, whatever they hear, that adds up to becoming an aspiration. It is not an aim. The sad part is we do not have competent counseling for this young talent.
Right.
And what a young man or woman really needs is to understand how to realize his or her self potential. In fact, half our training, we may be training for aviation and hospitality. The reason we are doing it is, I think half of our program simply enables any youngster to become a far better performer, no matter which line that person goes into. Quite frankly,
right.
That's the way it is.
Right.
Yeah.
So how does your team and you just take up the young generation and make them ready for the future jobs?
Okay. See, firstly, I am very happy to say that we are a very, very passionate team. And the people in our training team are all from the industry. There's no one there who doesn't know how things work at the other end of the table.
Right.
In training, as compared to in an education institution, what is important is to let these youngsters know what lies ahead for them from the perspective of the employer.
Right.
Now, that a teacher cannot tell you.
Correct.
Someone needs to tell you what is expected of you in the workspace.
Correct.
So our focus is always, when we look at a child who joins the academy, we are looking at a boy or girl and our minds are running as to how the person is going to functionally connect in the work environment. That begins on the first day and it continues till the last day. So that's the way we work.
True, sir. Sir, CTA is based in Kolkata. What made you think that we can come here in Jamshedpur and do a campus over here in Jamshedpur with Sai Gurukul?
Right. We are very lucky to have found a partner in Sai Gurukul. See, Arup, who runs Sai Gurukul, is a very enthusiastic person. I will use that word, it's my favorite word. And I simply like people who are enthusiastic.
Right.
Because enthusiasm is the elixir of life.
Very true, sir.
Why Jamshedpur and why Sai Gurukul? See, as I told you, our training is essential.
Correct.
All youngsters need this kind of training, or many of them get through this phase in life without even realizing their worth.
Correct.
What we are doing at Jamshedpur is, we are synergizing our capacity to give work training.
Right.
We are synergizing it with preparing these youngsters to have that training. See, it's a long journey.
Right.
First, that youngster needs to be basically prepared, For example, there is a component of training which requires every youngster today to have a certain amount of communication skills.
Right.
There is the need to know how to groom. there is the need to have certain amount of digital competency.
Right.
This is quite a lot to do, and if we ask a young boy or girl to come from Jamshedpur, live in Calcutta and get this training
done.
Firstly, it costs money,
Correct.
and secondly, it's not necessary, because when you have an academy or a partner like this stationed here, the best way and a fair way of working it out is to get the student to learn all that here, and when they are ready, they move on to Calcutta, and we are prepared to give them the preparation for work with the next modules that follow from there. So it's a wonderful combination, and we are looking at a lot of nuances that we are going to perfect in 22. I think you will find Sai Gurukul a great place to come to.
Right, sir. So many of the youngsters are watching us right now. What do you want to tell the youngsters about pursuing something in, aviation and hospitality, who are dreaming about it right now?
To my young friends, I love training, and there is no student who passes out of CTA without getting a week's grilling from me personally.
Right.
So while you are not part of CTA, I have a very simple message for you. Please understand that before you embark on this journey of making a career, you have to experience who you are, understand who you are and what your potential is. Do one thing, at least find out where you can attend a seminar, because from Calcutta we are using this online mode, which has become a necessity in these COVID times, and we are having a seminar which we conduct every week. Do attend that seminar. You will at least start thinking. Whether you decide to join the course or not, at least adapt to the mindset that you need, because life is very valuable. You make the right decisions, you do the right planning, and life can be a wonderful journey.
Right. Very truly said, sir.
अगर एविएशन में अपना भविष्य बनाना है तो तुरंत ज्वाइन करें CTA एविएशन मैनेजमेंट जमशेदपुर।
CTA Aviation and Hospitality Management, Air Hostess, Cabin Crew, Ground Staff, Training Institute now in Jamshedpur. Training and job placement guaranteed.
So, where do you think that a normal education system lags behind, that a student needs to join CTA, or not only CTA but then any hospitality and management training institute? Where do the education system lags?
Okay. See, I would choose a different word. I wouldn't say that there is a lacking anywhere.
Right.
See, education has a purpose.
Correct.
You learn the language because of education. You learn arithmetic because of education. You learn geography because of education. Now what has happened is the human being has two things. One is imbibing knowledge. So basically that is, let us say, loading up a lot of information into your memory.
Right.
And making it readily available, and learning it enough makes it more readily available and you are called more intelligent.
Right.
As against this, a school is not really, let us say, focused. I would say focused. A school is not really focused on wanting to test whether you are being able to use that knowledge.
Right.
They test whether you have acquired the knowledge, because when they make you appear for an exam, even a board exam, they are testing the quality of the knowledge that you have.
Right.
But they are not testing your ability to utilize that knowledge.
Utilize that particular knowledge.
Right. So somebody needs to connect the knowledge that today's education system provides with the need that various employment situations need to let us say utilize. So there is a connect there that training can provide. It's almost like, I love explaining it with sports. Somebody can teach you a lot of badminton or cricket or football. Now theoretically you know exactly what all happens. Everyone watching these matches knows it.
Right.
But with that theoretical knowledge you will not become a player.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
So it works like that. You have to be there on the play field. You know how to kick, but then you have to practice how to kick, right? That's when the ball goes into the post.
There's a system to everything, right, sir?
Absolutely.
Okay. So my next question is, what is the mission of CTA?
Okay. Yes, the mission of CTA is to ensure that any boy or girl who happens to go through our aviation and hospitality program, to make sure each of those youngsters are able to realize their full potential, and whatever they have in them, they are able to bring it out to their best capability.
Right. Sir, my last question, what makes you proud about CTA?
Well, Calcutta is a huge metropolitan city. There are many people who have set up training institutions. I am extremely proud to say that I have yet to meet a boy or girl who has completed our full program and has not said thank you and left.
Right. So here was the conversation with me and sir. So whoever is going to or thinking about aspiring your career in aviation and hospitality, I would like to say to the parents that it is not at all a bad future. It is a bright future. So, thank you so much for coming and giving your valuable time, sir.
Thank you. It's been most enjoyable, and I thank Globe TV for a wonderful contribution towards such a useful cause.
A huge thank you to you, sir, from the entire team of Globe TV Jharkhand.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
CTA Aviation and Hospitality Management. Air hostess, cabin crew, ground staff, training institute now in Jamshedpur. Training and job placement guaranteed.